Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
And fuck you! Who's next?
The Rob and Kale podcast.
Let's go!
Hey, welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. My name is Rob Sanders. I am in Columbia, South Carolina. My buddy Carolina Jackpot. I don't know where the hell Carolina Jackpot is. I mean, it changes. I almost want to sound like Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing, except he's like the wind in your dream.
The view never changes. I'm actually in Little River, South Carolina right now.
Well, damn it, you're a big star. You should be in Big River, South Carolina with that. Fuck this Little River stuff.
Well, I know, but I couldn't find one, so there you go.
With that, fuck this Little River stuff. Well,
I know.
anyway, I can hear myself. That's kind of cool.
Go.
All right, well, Jackpot joining us from Little River as he's on the road tonight. Jackpot, your Gamecocks went out tonight, and a team that beat the holy hell out of them on like February the 3rd, they beat the holy hell out of Mississippi State 66-56.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
That moment, and
kicked them right in the Wazooska.
In the Wazooska. The Clemson basketball team is playing out the season, but I think they won tonight. Imagine that. Let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill, out in West Columbia, Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart. Go by and play some retro video games. Side note, my buddy Mike Muse, who's also friends with Jackpot there, he put in a retro Street Fighter game, and I'm the champion there, Kale. We played last night, and I beat Mike like he stole something. I mean, it looked like a Clemson, South Carolina game. I am the Callaway Street Fighter champion. So there's that.
Wow.
Go by Callaway's. Check them out. Highway 1 diagonal from Walmart. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal in life, is to be in my 40s and be a Street Fighter champion from a game that was, great 30 years ago. That's what
Clemson wins tonight 80-69, I think, without their best player too.
Without PJ Hall, who's it's kind of funny because Brad Brownell was talking about, we might hold him out, and the whole thing with his foot's hurt and blah 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 and all that, and then he doesn't play, and Clemson beats a pretty good Wake Forest team. So
I goof with them a lot. Our friend, one Chris Driver, over on Facebook, gives me a hard time because I guess Clemson's ranked higher than the Gamecocks in the Ken Pom Pom ratings. So I guess there's some validity to that, huh? They're still able to pull out the big win.
Well, the Gamecocks are going to shoot up.
I think if it ain't the damn real rankings, it's a bunch of bullshit. But it's just somebody trying to make some damn money and get somebody to notice his crap. But whatever.
The net rankings are what the NCAA uses, so it's that's what you should look at, in my opinion. But
yeah, well, the Gamecocks are higher than that. So cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right.
I don't mind. Excuse me. When the Gamecocks made their magical Final Four run a few short years ago, they also lost to Clemson that year too. So maybe that's a precursor. It's like, good luck charm.
Well, side note on some of this, the South Carolina Gamecocks have been to the Final Four. What was the stat we had the other night? You can look back and South Carolina's went to the Final Four more than Duke has in the past 5 years or something like that. Like South Carolina went in 2017 or whatever it was. Duke hasn't been since like 2015.
Wow.
So to quote the old jackass that used to be on here, they're a Final Four program. Blah blah blah. Fucking
yep, they are.
But anyway, we also have to thank DNC Trucking and Transport. Fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, read away.
Okay. Sucks to be a Gamecock. We joke about a lot of things on the show, but we all love kids. Please take a minute and buy raffle ticket to help the kids at the pediatric NICU. You may win a seat behind home plate for the rivalry matchup with my Gamecocks and Rob's Tigers. Instructions are in the link of the show description. Thanks to my friend Dennis Wilson for making this happen.
There you go. Jackpot. I mean, there was nothing in that message that was bad. Look at that.
Nothing at all. I mean, I'm shocked.
Well, buy a raffle ticket. The strip in the show description, where if we sell 100 of them, then the wife's going to shave my head on the show. We are going to, by the way, next week we're going to draw for that on Wednesday, and it'll look something like this. If you have, I'm going to show you how it looks here. Let's see here. So we're going to put everybody's name on what's called Wheel Decide. And we're going to spin the wheel just like that. Let it spin out. These are if I put a couple of names in here, people who bought tickets. And it'll spin and spin and spin. Hopefully we'll have close to 100 names on here. I know we've got something like, I think we're at like 69, 70 something. I don't know, something like that. But all the names will be on there. And if your name comes up, right now, where's it going to go? Oh, it's going to stop on. Oh, look at that. Big Barney Ross wins our fake ticket giveaway. There you go. Big Barney Ross is the winner. So that's how it's going to work. So we're going to put all the names on there to look just like that. So there you go with that, Jackpot. It's going to be fun at the game. Jackpot's going to join us down there. Dennis is going to be there. It's going to be a good old time. So March 5th at Segra Park. All right, Jackpot, let's talk about the basketball game tonight. We'll take calls in a moment. South Carolina wins. Were you kind of expecting that? They've been playing better.
Yeah, I was definitely I was expecting a win tonight, and they did deliver fairly easily too. Fairly easily.
They got 3 games left, right?
Yes, sir.
Mizzou, Alabama, and Auburn.
Yep. Imagine if they sweep all those, how sweep it is.
Well, if they sweep all of them, the Gamecocks have won 4 in a row for the first time since in SEC play for the first time since 2015, 2016, I believe is the stat that I read earlier today. If they do that, that gives them 7 SEC wins in a row. That would put them in the tournament regardless. I think if they win against Mizzou and split in the land of Alabama, then I think the Gamecocks are going to the tournament anyway, as long as they win 1 game in the SEC tournament. So, yeah, I think they need to beat Mizzou and then win one of those games, and I think that'll set them up. If not, they're going to have to win some games down in Tampa.
Is that where the excuse me, that's where the tournament is?
It's in Tampa. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to Tampa with you.
The ACC basketball tournament is in New York City.
Really?
New York City? Yeah. It's in New York City at the Barclays Center. Like
that's weird.
I think that, and here's what should happen. And Jackpot, tell me if you agree with this. The SEC should have all of their championships in Atlanta. Basketball, football. They do baseball, and where's baseball at? Baseball's
Hoover.
in
Birmingham.
Hoover. Yeah. All right. If you're going to have that in Hoover, then I'm fine with that. But have all of your stuff in Atlanta. Do SEC media days in Atlanta. Stop sucking the Nick Saban penis and going to Hoover or Birmingham or wherever the hell it is they have it in Alabama. Stop doing that. Have it all in Atlanta.
That's not sucking the Saban goober. They've been having that there for a long time.
It's all around Alabama. They feel down there. And the ACC should do all their shit in Charlotte. I mean, they've got that Charlotte Knights Stadium there. They could do the baseball tournament there, basketball at the basketball arena there, and, of course, the football championship there. I don't understand why. Let's go to New York for the ACC basketball tournament. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. That's silly.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Clemson won tonight. Not that it matters. They moved to 5-12 in ACC play. I don't even. when I think about Clemson this season, their best win is against, I guess, South Carolina. I mean,
Oh, they beat
they're just
what?
not.
They won at Virginia, right?
Yeah, they won at Virginia, and then I guess they beat Wake Forest tonight. But yeah, they're just not very good. I mean, not very
Came
good.
close to beating Duke
Came
on the
close to beating
road.
Duke. Well, you come close, but you're not winning. That's all that matters. If you're not winning, then you should, you know. I think people just get tired of hearing the same old shit. So P Digit says it was tonight against Wake Forest. Yeah, Wake Forest may make the tournament, so you might be right about that. All right, let's take calls this evening. We're running a little early tonight. Jackpot is going on. He is accepted the challenge. He is going to go on with Pigskin Pete later as soon as we get done with our show. So normally
Yeah.
we'd go on at 9:30, but tonight we're going on at 9 o'clock. We'll wrap up and give Jackpot time to go and hang out with Pigskin Pete a little bit. So that's pretty good. All right,
See
we're
what
gonna
that
take
might be
calls.
like.
Yeah, that might be kind of cool. They're respectful of each other, you know.
Yep.
Just saying. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the show. Big Barney Ross, he did tell me earlier, I should listen to him. He said Tim Duncan ain't walking through those doors tonight, but Wake Forest has beat the shit out of some teams this year. They're like 11-7 in ACC play. I mean, they played some pretty good basketball. So I don't know, but should listen to Big Barney Ross on that. By the way, who was it? Someone in the day show said that take South Carolina on the money line. The Gamecocks were like a 3-point dog at home. I didn't feel right about that at all. Mississippi State they don't play very well on the road at all, and South Carolina got beat the snot out of Mississippi State. Now, they were up like 17 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys. That wasn't even
19,
close.
actually, I believe.
803-470-2905. You want to join us on the show this evening? Yeah, Papa Blake was talking about that today on the show. We give credit where credit is due. Papa Blake doing his thing. I'll watch some of Pigskin Pete's show tonight. I called into his show, what was it, last week? Because I don't get to call into shows much. So I was like, I'm gonna call Pigskin Pete's show. I'm not gonna call and heckle you tonight, Jackpot. That's not cool.
Okay. Well, I think I'm actually going to be just calling in. I'm not.
Let's see here. Jonathan says this show would suck without Kale. Thanks, Jonathan.
Well,
This freaking
I
elf
don't know.
running his mouth at me. Whatever. He's crazy. All right. Well, Big Barney Ross says LSU will drag Kentucky tonight. Okay, we'll see about that. Brock says he thinks he can manage to watch Pigskin Pete if Kale is on it. Well, thank you, Brock. And Mr. Boogie says Jackpot's doing math homework. That's funny. All right, 803-470-2905. There were some Gamecocks got drafted to the USFL, Jackpot. Blake Camper, remember him, the offensive tackle?
I
He
do.
was drafted in the 6th round. Clemson had some players drafted, but South Carolina had the first player drafted from in-state with Blake Camper.
Where was he? Where was he playing at?
I'd have to do the math on that. Let's see here. Let me check really quick here. Blake Camper.
I mean, was he on like a practice squad or something?
I think he was at some point. Let's see here. He was with the Toronto Argonauts. Or is it Argonauts or Argonauts? I think it's Argonauts. Yeah, Argonauts. Yeah. So I don't have the whole bio on him. I know he was there. He was in the CFL for a while. 6'8", 314 pounds. And he is going to play for, who is he playing for? Yeah, he's going to play for, man, come on. I had this information earlier. I think he was like in the 6th round. Hold on, and I'll tell you. Oh, well, I think it was the Minnesota Maulers or the Michigan Panthers. I can't remember. But he is the first player drafted from in-state to go to the USFL. Have you picked out a team yet, Jackpot?
Shit. No.
No.
I guess I don't know. Since it's in SEC country, I guess I'll be a Birmingham. No. You know what? I'm gonna go with the New Jersey Generals.
Are you going with the New Jersey Generals because they had Herschel Walker?
No, I'm gonna go with the New Jersey Generals because they're probably playing either the New York Mets or the New York Mets, the New York Jets Stadium.
No. Did you hear how this is working? This is not a joke. All of the games for all of the teams are going to be played in Birmingham. That all of
Oh,
them. So
okay.
yeah, so it's I had to read it twice because I was like, man, that's some crazy shit. But all of the games will be played at two different sites in Birmingham. One of them's Legion Field, and the other is Protective Field. It sounds like it's a prophylactic,
Oh, that's
but
the new. That's the new UAB stadium.
so they're going to have all of the games there at the one spot.
Eric
I don't know
Twyman
how that's
says,
going
"Was
to
the
work.
Fanta Dragon fruit worth buying?" Yes, I thought it was delicious.
Oh, I didn't see that video.
Yeah, Fanta Dragon fruit, Fanta Zero Dragon fruit.
Zero dragon fruit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aki Twan asked, "What do I feel about the Gamecock men's basketball team? They're playing pretty good basketball. If you notice, the Fire Frank Martin folks have kind of taken a back seat a little bit as the Gamecocks have been on a pretty good run here, and they look like they are figuring it out.
Well, I
They
mean,
really
hell, what do you do? You know.
so with the USFL though, there's going to be let's see here. There's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 teams. So I guess they'll have 2 games each day at each site. I don't know how that's going to work, but the first game is April the 16th with Jackpot's New Jersey Generals taking on the Birmingham Stallions, and it'll be on Fox and NBC. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when does it start?
April 16th.
And how long does the season run?
It's a 10-week season. We learned today that they're paying these guys, and I thought this was kind of cool. You get $45,000 if you play the full season, if you're on the active roster, 15 if you're on the practice squad, but you get $850 if your team wins. So if you go out and your team wins a game, you get $850. So it's like a,
Okay.
play your ass off type thing. But what's going to get interesting is that the rosters only have like 35 people, Jackpot. So think about that for a second. Maybe some guys playing both ways.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Papa Blake says the 2000 XFL was fun. Opening game shattered projected viewer numbers. Group injuries hurt them, but they brought us the Sky Cam, which is commonplace now. Yeah, that's true. But I think people will watch. I don't know about the NIL deals there, RMF Ty, but I think people will watch some of the spring football, Jackpot.
Yeah, I think
Have it
so.
on.
I think so.
I think some folks will watch it. If I were going to pick a team just based on the logo, though, I kind of like the New Orleans Breakers, and I like the Pittsburgh Maulers. That looks like just a really cool. And the Bandits logo is cool too, but the Pittsburgh Maulers logo is like a guy like swinging a hammer. Let me show you this. It's like, I mean, he looks like he is like he's just going to be smoking something. Look at this. Look at this guy showing the hammer here, Jackpot. There's the logos. The Pittsburgh Maulers. Put the full screen here so people can see a little better. Pittsburgh Maulers, the Stars, the Generals, the Panthers,
These are
the
old
Stallions.
school. These are old
Yeah,
school looking um, logos, pretty much, with maybe a bit of a new school twist. The Maulers dude, he looks like he. I mean, he looks like he works out. Looks like a cross between the Brawny Man and the Purdue Boilermaker.
yeah, that's kind of true. Anyway, Big Barney Ross says the general admission ticket price is $10, a couple of bucks higher than a beer at the game. He's right about that. So, yeah, they're gonna charge you for that beer. Trust me on that. Brock says Frankie is stanky. We need find someone to replace him. All right. Well, 803-470-2905. If you want to join us on the show this evening, you want to talk about the basketball matchups. We are doing our college basketball pick'em here. We'll get that information out to you. We'll get that out probably the week before. I don't know, a week before the brackets are announced. Cocky Twan wants to know if we're going to go to the South Carolina spring game. It's at night. I don't know if I want to do that or not.
Oh, come on.
April 16th. Look, if you're going to make the trek down here, then I'll go, but I'm not going to go down there by myself. I mean, I got to have, that's one of those things like you got to have a pass.
What are you
They're not
afraid
just going to let
of?
me go down there. I don't want to get shot. Somebody got kidnapped down there.
Yeah, you got to get shot. I mean, how many night games do we play in Columbia at Willie B?
I'm just,
People don't
this
get
is a
shot.
real game, though. The crackheads will be out. This is not a real game, Jackpot.
Oh, that's an old wives' tale.
Oh, I can show you headlines. It's not the safest place in Columbia. I'll go if you go, but I'm not going unless you go. Not going by myself. What am I going to do? I guess I can go hang out with Brock. He says he's going to be down there. He's going to be like, hey, look at this idiot I brought down here. He doesn't like our team. Then they'll throw me out of the top of that stadium. I'm going to do that.
Well, I might go. I can't promise anything though. Not this far
out. If you go, then I'll try to go.
All right.
Other than that, I don't know. I don't really want to go down there. There's nothing really good down there. You gonna buy me a hot dog if I go?
Okay.
Okay.
Deal.
I wonder if they're gonna serve beer at the spring game.
I don't know. Probably won't be working.
Says, come on, Rob, with the hood shit. Look, somebody got shot down there like 3 weeks ago. That's an absolute truth. Not making that up. Guy was down there towing a car and he got shot. Just saying.
That is unreal.
Well, it happens. We goof about that, but there's problems all over the country with crime, man. People are silly. Brock says, I feel like spring games should be in the day. That's a good point. It's a good point. Spring games need to be played against in-state smaller schools. Get those teams off the regular schedule. Like that would make a lot of sense. I think that, have a spring game, and I like the idea of having a JV game too. Guys that are going to redshirt, let those guys go out there and play. So, all right, 803-470.
They're not gonna do that with the smaller schools. Make it out a spring game. I mean, that's the way they make money.
Yeah, I know, but it's a pipe dream, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Every year have it set up where South Carolina plays, I don't know. Well, we can't go with Charleston Southern. There you go. We'll go with them. Clemson plays South Carolina State. Whatever. I think that could work. People would go to watch that. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. The Gamecocks are playing pretty good baseball, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Are you were you kind of upset that they dropped a game in that series, or you just think that's just baseball?
That's just baseball. Just baseball. Nothing to worry about at all. We got this.
Clemson swept their series over the weekend, then played the College of Charleston. It was a pitcher's duel yesterday. Only runs came on Caden Grice 2-run homer, but the young man for the College of Charleston went out there and kind of hung some zeros, and Clemson wins 2-0. Close game there. So a couple of comments here. Big Barney Ross says South Carolina Stadium is the Sarajevo of the South.
Okay.
I wasn't going to go that far. All right. 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join us for the show this evening. Final segment here. We're going to take calls, and then we're going to get out of here. South Carolina's next matchup in hoops jackpot.
Saturday at Alabama.
Is it Saturday at Alabama? Alabama. They're a team that's starting to get it together, jackpot.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Gamecocks have Alabama, and then the home finale with Mizzou is next Tuesday. And then they go on the road the following Saturday to Auburn to finish up their season. I think they win.
I noticed you were talking yesterday about Shane Beamer's his blow up at the press conference.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy.
Do you think that's a fair question to ask him?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. First of all, I mean, you don't. I don't know. It's like it's yet another one of those situations where I'm sitting here. I mean, I like his enthusiasm. I like his shtick. Okay, but I mean, let's curb that a little bit. Let's just pull the reins in a little bit there, Coach Saban. I mean, you ain't done shit yet. You won a fucking mayonnaise bowl. Okay, I mean, until you can score a point against your fucking rivals, and stop getting your dick kicked in by teams that matter. I mean, I don't know. Let's reel it in a little bit, maybe. It's what I'm wanting to say. That guy's been around the state of South Carolina forever. I mean, God knows who. What?
It's Phil Kornblut that asked the question, I think.
Yeah, I mean, who knows whose uncle he is, or who's friends with a friend of a friend. I don't know. South Carolina's not that big of a state, so
my takeaway from that was I kind of feel the same way that you do, but the thing with Beamer, he was asked, and it wasn't really that far out of a question in my opinion. He was asked about Spencer Rattler's father on Twitter saying some things with a former guy that used to be on the air with us at Fox Sports in Columbia, who now works for ESPN, and Matt Berry. They were basically talking about the situation with Arizona State, and Spencer Rattler's dad called him out and said basically the reason they didn't go to Arizona State Matt Berry was talking about they didn't go there. They went to South Carolina because of name, image, and likeness, and that's why they didn't go to Arizona State. And Spencer Rattler's dad called him out on it. And I agree with Coach Beamer on the side of he can't monitor all 119 kids that he's got, their parents, and what they do on social media. But on the other hand, Spencer Rattler is your starting quarterback, and he's had I don't want to say a checkered past, but him getting there and being comfortable, and he's going to be the guy that's your season is going to hinge on. Maybe you should follow along with some of that stuff there. And if he's not doing it, you've got graduate assistants or whatever that should be looking at Twitter, sort of like what who was the ring announcer for WWF that did the Finkel report. He needs somebody to write him a Finkel report, jackpot. This is what was said on Twitter by X, Y, and Z. Because that's just the way the world is now. You got to follow along on social media, and then, if something comes up like that, you can't get pissy about it. So,
yeah.
But I agree with you. You haven't done anything yet. I mean, you had a good season, but you won a mayonnaise bowl, turned yourself into a vat of chicken salad. That's great, but you're not Nick Saban yet. You're not Nick Saban yet. Billy says he would have at least 4 backup quarterbacks ready to go. Why is that? Why do you get the feeling there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of faith in Spencer Rattler, jackpot?
Maybe, but I mean, I think it's pretty much unwarranted. I mean, would we be having this same conversation this time last year? I mean, the guy had a rocky first half of the season. I mean, I'm not trying to defend him just because he plays for the Gamecocks. I just
I think he's the highest rated quarterback to come to South Carolina ever. As far as the 247 Sports Composite, he's the highest rated quarterback to come to South Carolina ever.
even more
And
so than Todd Ellis.
I don't think Todd Ellis was rated in that 247 Sports wasn't around then. So
Okay.
just saying. We need to get you a Todd Ellis jersey. You love some Todd Ellis.
Todd's the man.
It's the man. Jesus, jackpot. I think that I do think that people have got to remember this. I think he may come in for one season, light it up, and leave. You got one season with this guy. That's it. I think he's going straight to the NFL after this season. So, Big Barney Ross says Beamer should not Dewan Howard over social media questions by reporters. I think coaches get tired of some stuff though, I don't know. We shall see. I mean, the jury's still out. The thing is that if you look at South Carolina, some of the other guys that they've got coming in, defensive back from Central Michigan has ramped up on the boards a little bit as far as on the composite rankings. The kid from Wake Forest is a pretty good running back.
Devontae Reed.
Devontae Reed, yeah. I mean, they're talking about he may be a lockdown corner. Yeah, I mean, they may be getting some guys that can fill some spots. I don't know if your offensive coordinator is worth a shit, but he may have somebody out there that can throw the ball this year and maybe have another good running back. So that's good.
You have one good week. And one good
it's the
game.
only one that mattered. It's the only one that mattered, right?
That's right.
All right, final call for calls at 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. As Jackpot's going to leave here and go and do Pigskin Pete's show. I think that show starts at 10 o'clock. So go over there and catch Jackpot, and Pigskin Pete is, I don't know what they're going to talk about. I'm sure they'll find something, but we shall see. And anyway, looking forward to the baseball series this weekend. I can't remember. South Carolina's got, I think Clemson's got Hartford. Jesus.
Wow.
Laugh at that. Well, whatever. You guys played freaking. Who'd you play? You got some shithole team too.
It was UNC Greensboro. UNC Greensboro is a Southern Conference blue blood.
Get the fuck out of here.
They won at least 35 games 4 years in a row from 2016 to 2019. Blue blood.
All right, who do you think you're playing this weekend, Jackpot?
Who do I think we're playing this weekend?
Yeah, who do you think you're playing this weekend? We'll take a guess.
I know it. This is Texas, right?
No.
No.
You're playing George fucking Washington this weekend.
Oh shit! Atlantic 10 blue blood.
They're not good. Let me guess. They won 35 games or more from 2016 to 2020, right?
Well, if they had, they'd be a damn Atlantic 10 blue blood. Is it a 3-game set?
Yeah, 3 games.
Is it at Founders Park or is it in Washington D.C.?
No, it's at Seth Beer Park in Columbia. Yes.
I don't know where that is, but
man, I can show you footage if you need to see where Seth Beer Park is.
Show where it's on Google Earth, maybe.
It's Seth Beer Park. He owns that bitch. I've got footage.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. Is that old stadium on Assembly Street?
It's Seth Beer Park. He just allows your Gamecocks to play in it. But Clemson plays Hartford this weekend.
Yeah, because he hit a home run there, so he owns it.
He did more than hit a home run there.
He hit a home run. He hit a home run there. Wow. I guess back in the day we could have renamed Atlanta Fulton County Stadium Rick Camp Stadium because he hit a home run there one time.
That'd be good. Brock says, I think the 10-2 people are. I know who Rick Camp is. Slow down.
Who is he?
I think Rick Camp is a baseball player.
Right. What's special about that?
Rick Camp, if I remember correctly, he was the pitcher that hit the home run, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what
Okay.
was significant about it though?
It was in extra innings, wasn't it? Didn't he hit the home run in extra innings, like the 17 inning game or something?
Yes, it was the bottom of the 17th inning. It was a relief pitcher, and he had to bat because they didn't have anybody else that could come in and pinch hit. So he had to bat. And I don't think he'd ever even gotten a hit before.
He hit a home run. Yeah.
Fucking
I
hit a home
remember it.
run.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, I think the 10-2 people are stupid. South Carolina's ceiling for next year is 8 wins, 9 if they win a bowl game. And my dog's being stupid. Pete, don't do that. And people will think more than that are dumber than Will Muschamp's wife. Okay. Don't know about all that. Don't know about all that at all. Dumber than Will Muschamp's wife. Anyway. All right. Well, we'll be back at it on Sunday. If you folks want to support the pediatric NICU, buy a ticket. It's in the show description. Jackpot's going to be on with Pigskin Pete at 10 o'clock tonight. You can check that out. I will be I'll watch some of that later on. All right, Jackpot, you got anything else, man?
I have nothing else for the show this evening.
All right. We'll talk to you later on. You guys have a good night.